you're young, when you're restless, when you're fun, cause you're desperate. Oh, here they come for a chance, for adventure. What's your poison? What's your pleasure?
Hey guys, welcome to another car review, and this time we are in a 2004 350Z, and it has straight pipes. Now the engine in this is the VQ35DE, and in this iteration it makes 287 horsepower and 274 pound-feet of torque. These brakes are actually pretty nice, even though this is not the track. This is the touring version, so you get the nice leather interior. Although at this point in time, this car is, of course, pretty good on the get up and go there. This car is, of course, a little older, so they don't really look as good anymore, but they still hold you in place pretty nice. Put it in manual now. As manual as you can get it in them automatic, of course. Like the turn. Second gear. Let's take this corner. Oh man, that got kind of loose. You probably didn't notice that on the footage, but I really felt that back end kind of sliding. So I don't know the condition of these tires, but do you need to replace these?
No, they're still good.
They're so good. Yeah, they are not very, very good. Feels nice though, those downshifts. Pops that exhaust. Now, of course, we're in manual right now. At a dig, let's see what it does. Well, it got sideways. Yeah, these tires are definitely not sticky enough for this car, I can tell you that right now. Really need to have some sticky rubber. That would help this car a lot. Oh man, I do like that downshift though. Turns in nice. I must say. Now, of course, the later iterations make a little bit more power than this. That would be the HR versions, and you also have the rev up version that make a little bit more than 300 horsepower. Now, as far as modifications on this car, of course, you've already heard the exhaust, which is super loud. This is a non-branded exhaust put up by Miller Muffler in Louisville, and they did a pretty good job. I really like the look of it, but of course, it's just freaking straight pipe, so it gets loud as hell. Now, I do love the way this car pulls. It definitely does not have an issue with power at all. Now, we've done this whole thing in the manual mode. Let's just go ahead and put it in drive and see what it does. Also, these brakes, they're pretty good. That was a whole lot better than the previous time having it in manual. Now, one of the things that I really love about the 350Z is that right now we can pick them up for less than $10,000. And I personally think that at this point in time, this is really the tuner car of this generation. There's so much aftermarket support. Like this one, it has that exhaust on it. It also has the Raceland coilovers, which gives it a nice low stance. But you can get so much extra stuff for it. You got body kits, you got exhausts, you got suspension kits, turbochargers, superchargers, whatever you want. you can get for this car. And they also like to drift these cars because of the nice weight distribution. The engine's actually slightly behind the front axle, so kind of mid-engine car again. And when we talk about the interior styling, you have these wonderful clocks. And one of the things that I absolutely love, and I also loved in the Porsche that I reviewed, is that you have the RPM right in the middle over here. So that is absolutely epic. And then off to the side, you have the Speedo that goes to 160. Now, top speed on these is actually over 150 miles an hour, which is not bad at all. 0 to 60 is in a 5-second range, quarter mile. Most people will probably do 14 seconds, but some of them have gotten into the high 13s with the stock engine, stock transmission. I do love the gauges in this, and also the center gauge pod that give you the mile an hour, oil, and volts. That's a nice touch. Now, as far as interior space goes, you don't really have a lot. It's also no back seat, and the room in the back, you can put a couple of gold bags in there, as indicated by the sticker on the hatch. But yeah, it is not a car that you should take on a road trip because you don't have a lot of space in it. And the owner is also a Mandalorian, as you can see. Now, when you look at the exterior styling, it is a car that, in my opinion, has aged very well. Stock, it looks great, but even with some modifications on it that are tasteful, these cars just look absolutely epic. If you're into that import scene, this is one of the cars that you should consider. Now, one thing that I do like that the owner has done is not plasti dip, but actually powder coated his rims black. And because the car is white, that makes it come together very, very nicely. Of course, he's repping the banner up at the front as well, because you have to be about that life if you drive a car like this. There's no way around that. Also, the front lip, a very, very awesome look. eBay lip doesn't have a brand on it, and that's the thing that I touched up on. I just love the fact that you can get so much stuff for a car like this. So right now we're doing the famed 60 miles an hour, and we're around 2,300 RPM, which isn't bad at all. As far as gas mileage goes, these cars do about 19 to 20 city and about 26 on the highway. The final conclusion on this car is a very simple one. If you're looking to get into that JDM life, I don't think you can go wrong with one of these. I really like the styling on them. The only thing that I would personally want is get that manual transmission, that 6-speed manual, which would make it a lot more engaging to drive. But even with this automatic, if you use it in the manual mode, it does pretty good. I do also have to mention is that this VQ has 170,000 miles on it, just as a testament at how good these engines are, and that it's just a freaking great buy for anyone that wants to get into this. Of course, we got to do this. Got to go first gear. Yeah, that was to be expected. Tyler, thank you so much for letting me drive your 350Z. It's one of the cars that I have been waiting on for quite a while, actually, because it's one of those cars that is the tuner car of this generation, and I absolutely love it for it. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll see you on the flip side. And Tyler, thank you, man.
Yeah, no problem.
It's cool. It's cool. I've never driven one of those. Now, you know what I'm hoping for now? That someone that sees this is going, hey, I got a 370, of course, because that's also definitely on the list. But yeah, I also would love to drive a 350Z with a manual.
Oh yeah.
So then I have both worlds.
Yeah,
you know?
both the standpoints.
Yeah, and a lot of people they get pissed off about automatics, but for me it's like, dude, they have a place in our lives now, and in traffic, it just sucks if you don't have an automatic. I mean, you know,
it's the first car too. Like, I mean,
so this is your first car?
Yeah,
dude. You know, I don't think you made a bad choice at all here. Do you mute this?
Yeah.
Mute it now. Nice. Oh, about that drone though.
Yeah, I know.
Straight pipe VQ.
Headache everywhere.
Yeah, headache everywhere. The only thing that doesn't hurt is my nose right now.
Yeah.
But it's also clogged. But that's not the VQ's fault, it's pollen. It doesn't want to go to 6.
Yeah, it only has 5.
Oh, it has 5 gears! Me and driving new cars, old cars, and I expect 6 gears everywhere now. Oh, I keep doing it.
I did that too.
Yeah, it's like, come on, go to 6th gear, come on!
Come on.
Oh, damn it, it doesn't have 6, it only has 5 gears. Well, this is definitely one of those places when I say, you're pretty hosed on rearward visibility.
Yeah, you get like no visibility.
Clunk, clunk. That call over life. Man, that was glorious.